It's been all St. Joseph's in this third quarter, largely because of the knockdown three-point shooting. Talia Brugler, 5 for 5 from beyond the arc. Mackenzie Smith has made 3 of them. And Austin, Syracuse is just leaving these shooters too open.
The defense has been late the entire game, just a half step slow for the Orange. And on offense for St. Joe's, I mean, it's almost contagious. It actually is contagious. You keep swinging the rock, you keep seeing these shots go in. It's an avalanche right now. Tough to stop an avalanche, especially with some combinations of players that are relatively inexperienced in an Orange uniform.
The Hawks in the midst of an 11-1 run. Syracuse hasn't scored in over 2 minutes, but Angelica Velez can change that here with 2 shots from the line, and she makes the first. St. Joe's 3 for 3 from beyond the arc in this second half. 5 for 10 from the field. Syracuse has only attempted 5 shots in this half, as Velez makes both to make it a 10-point game once again. And now the Orange will press full court down by 10 here in this third quarter.
And honestly, this is where not only do you miss Deasia Fair, but you miss Elena Rice. I mean, she was one of the quickest defenders I ever saw in person, and she would be great in these type of situations to generate chaos.
The Orange facing adversity early in the season, something they didn't really have to do last year until the Maryland game. Here's a 3 from Boslett, and it's contagious. Another 3 from the Hawks. It's a 13-point lead. St. Joe's just can't miss.
I mean, what else do you expect? I mean, you can't hope that they're going to miss. They're until they prove that they can miss, they're going to hit.
Kara Scott, the ISO move, and the jumper falls. I'll tell you what, she's been pretty impressive in the small minutes that we've seen her.
Oh, yeah, I think she's great. I think that she should be out here on the court for the majority of the rest of the game.
Kara Scott, the freshman top 100 recruit. Played about 8 minutes in the first half. Brugler all alone down low, and she's perfect from that area.
And you say all alone, but she made herself all alone because she just shielded Kyra Wood with her body. And I mean, just watching her play before, she just knows how to score the basketball. She just knows how to angle herself and use her body to create space. It's such an underrated talent.
It's exceptional footwork and a high motor that leads to that. Burrows thought about the catch and shoot, instead drives and can't get the floater to go. Hawkins forces the jump ball, and the possession arrow faces this way. It'll stay here.
Right now, it just feels like the Orange are hoping to exchange baskets, but you can't. And it's harder for Syracuse to score than it is for St. Joe's to score. The math is not mathing right now, Adam, if you're a Syracuse fan.
I mean, St. Joe's has made 11 threes. Syracuse has attempted just 6. Do you think you got to go for the 3-pointers here? Try and find Burrows, Woolley to shoot him from deep? I mean, that's not this team's identity.
Right. It's, Burrows, if she's open, you want to give it to her from beyond the arc, but you don't want to force the issue.
Well, they try to find Burrows, but it's through her hands, and it goes the other way. Alicia Leggett-Jack slams a water bottle against the table. Just a lot of frustration here with her team down by 13. Kyra Wood forces the turnover, and Syracuse wins it back.
And Wood, after that most recent Syracuse turnover, was encouraging her teammates. That is why she's a 3-time captain. She's everybody's best friend, the ultimate encourager. And she's pretty good, by the way, too.
We talked about this earlier, but this is where you really miss Deasia Fair. So many times last year in the second half, she would just take over as there's a takeaway for Ziegler. That just went right into her hands.
Yeah, that was bad.
Boslett slowing it down. Brugler finds Sneed in the corner. He falls on it and finds an outlet. Time running out. 4 on the shot clock. Griffin's got to go. It's around and out, but an offensive rebound, and the putback is in. And one for Aaliyah Sneed. It's a 15-point lead for St. Joe's and a chance to make it even more.
When it rains, it pours. You play good defense for almost the entire of the shot clock. You force a weird Griffin running shot, and of course that creates a weird long rebound, right place, right time. nothing is going the way of Syracuse right now.
Journey Thompson checks in for the Orange. The Arizona State transfer played just 6 minutes in the last game against Niagara, but put in with her team now down by 16 with under 2.5 to go in this third quarter.
It almost feels like a desperation move from Coach Jack. I'll just try to see if anybody's got a spark off the bench.
Got to try everything at this point. Velez loses her dribble. Kaylee Griffin never even touched it. And it's back to St. Joe's up by 16. And Uche Izoje. And on the other side of things for Stony Brook, it'll be Melissa Mwanza, the Louisiana Tech transfer. And it's Stony Brook who starts things off with the first possession. Here's Sandra Frau Garcia, the point guard, leading the offense. Caitlin Frost, a transfer from St. Bonaventure, now in her sophomore year. And here is Brantley, the leading returning scorer. She's a native of upstate New York and is one of the top high school players that this area has seen in a long time. The time running out on this first possession, and Frau Garcia can't get the shot off. It's a shot clock violation, a perfect defensive start for the Qs.
They had Stony Brook in an absolute blender on that possession. Great defense, great defense.
Dominique Darius, the starting point guard this season for Syracuse, takes it up the floor. She's joined in the starting five by Layla Felia, the freshman Camden Nelson, Uche Izoje, and Sophie Burrows, the lone returner in the starting five. Stony Brook wants to play really quick on offense this season. Here's a look at their starting lineup. It all starts with Brantley, but in addition to her, Chloe Oliver, Sandra Frau Garcia, Melissa Mwanza, and Caitlin Frost. Here's Darius in the corner. She came from the University of Southern California. Uche gets her first points of her collegiate career. The 6'3" freshman puts the Orange on the board, and it's 2-0. Brantley knives to the basket, and it's way too strong. Hughes pushing the pace. Darius to the rack, off the glass and in. That's something you can expect a lot of from this Cuse offense, running in transition. And big for Darius to get those points there. She was scoreless in the exhibition, Danny.
Yeah, she definitely struggled in the exhibition, but again, transfer from UCLA, gonna be fun to watch.
And a steal there from Darius. Here she comes down the court. And a little bit too strong on that layup. Frost stops and puts it in. Stony Brook picks up its first points of the season, and it's Caitlin Frost, the transfer from St. Bonaventure, now in her sophomore season. Very experienced, though, for an underclassman, 22 years old, as Sophie Burrows' three is a little bit too strong. Frost through the defense, rejected by Izoje. We expect to see a lot of blocks from her. She led the Women's Japan Basketball League in blocks last season. An athletic 6'3" center. Izoje can dunk. Don't expect her to do it in games, but Felicia Leggett-Jack said that she's done it a few times in practice already. That is around and out for Mwanza, and here comes the Orange once again. They like to push the pace. Felia in the corner. A little bit too strong. Baseline drive, again through contact, and this time Frost gets it to go.
Adam Frost just found a hole in the Orange's defense right there.
Here's Camden Nelson, the freshman from Connecticut, off the iron, gets her own rebound and puts it in. There's the first collegiate points for the freshman. Was the Gatorade Player of the Year in the state of Connecticut last season and gets a start here in her debut.
Gonna be hearing a lot of that tonight.
Mwanza back to the basket. It's gonna be a really tough matchup down low against all the size in this SU front court.
Exactly, it's gonna be crazy to think.
But a travel against Izoje, and there's the first whistle. So this is the first game of this season, but not the first time that these two teams have ever met. The last time they faced off, November 7th, 2022, the Orange won it in Felicia Leggett-Jack's first ever game as the Syracuse head coach, but that was close early on. The Orange trailed by 2 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, Jack's last game, or first game, excuse me, beating Stony Brook. Kind of fitting now, looking for a 400th coming into this game.
That was a very sloppy basketball game. The teams combined to shoot 14% from 3. That's a long 2 that's off the mark. And how about the freshman guard, Camden Nelson, picking up the board and now pushing the pace. Filia tries another deep ball and connects this time. First points in Orange for Layla Filia, and I think that Syracuse fans are going to get quite used to hearing that name pretty often. But there's a backdoor cut, and it's rejected, but a foul called, first of the game.
Yeah, and I'm going back to that Filia 3. She could shoot it very well at Michigan. 41% from 3 in her sophomore year for the Wolverines.
That foul against Journey Thompson, who had just checked in. Here's another look at that three-pointer. Just one of those players that you can trust to take any outside shot.
Yeah, didn't even really set her feet and still buried it.
And so another substitution for the Orange. Here comes Shy Hawkins, the sophomore, in for Dominique Darius. First of 2 shots for Janae Brantley is good. Brantley started 23 games last season, averaged just under 9 points in 31 minutes. It's double figures 8 times, but this team's going to need her to do that a lot more this season as she makes both free throws before checking out of the game as Chloe Oliver makes her way back in. Now the full court press in action for the first time. We'll see if the Orange can handle it. They had a lot of issues against full court pressure last year in the opener against Niagara.
And it's tough, Adam, especially if you're a team that wants to play with such fast pace. That full court press can really throw teams in a blender.
Sophie Burrows, now an upperclassman. Really the leader of this team, the leader out of all the returners. Hawkins off the glass and in. A chance for a 3-point play for Shy Hawkins. And a great job fighting through contact.
Yeah, draws the foul right there. Gets it off the glass. She'll be at the line.
That foul goes against Ibere Egbirika. Her first. And Hawkins converts on the 3-point play. Hughes leads by 6.
Hawkins shot 75% from the charity stripe last year, so reliable at that.
So there's going to be a big focus on free throw shooting today for Syracuse. It missed 13 in the exhibition against Damon. Those little things are what Felicia Leggett-Jack really wants to clean up at this point of the season, as a bunny layup off the mark from Frost, and the Orange once again push the pace. Nelson fouled. That's another one against Egbirika.
On that last possession, a lot of pressure in the paint, and you kind of talked about it. A lot of size for Syracuse in that front court. It's going to be a problem for Stony Brook.
Syracuse is already winning the rebounding battle 7-4. Burrows, the catch and shoot, and it's money.
Off balance, midi, love to see it.
Frau Garcia pushing the pace. Here's Chloe Oliver into the corner. Once again, Frost. He guarded tightly by Journey Thompson. And there is really nowhere to go against this Syracuse defense. That's just thrown into the air and too easy for Layla Filia to snatch. And now Syracuse has numbers. Here's Burrows, but she'll slow it down.
You look at the opening tip of the game in the paint. Stony Brook's not going to see a lot of points in the paint tonight.
Filia all the way to the rack, off the glass and good. Layla Filia's got 5 points already as that goes out, but it will stay on that end of the floor. A great start for Syracuse, a 10-point lead, 6 minutes in.